Have you ever found yourself struggling to pick up the camera even when photography is your passion? And in all honesty, what do you even do when you just don't have the motivation anymore to do the things that you love? So this morning we've had some thick, compact fog, really beautiful, and I obviously, grabbed my camera and ran out trying to capture some photos while we have conditions like this. So the sun is just peeking through here. I'm not sure how long we have left of this fog, but I mean, wow. Now, for those of you who do not know me, you've maybe never seen anyone so handsome. Anywho, my name is Arnoldur. I'm a landscape and a street photographer from Iceland. I live in the mountain region in northern Sweden, not that far away from Norway. And today, I've been thinking a lot, and I have some things I want to share with you guys. Plus, the conditions today are like mint. Do you say that if you're English speaking? They're mint when it comes to photography. It's like foggy, frozen, and just beautiful. Now, for those of you who are abnormally interested in gear, like my people, then what I'm using now is the Sony a7 IV with the Sony 24 to 70mm GM2 f2.8, and this is filmed on a ZV E1 with the 20mm. I have the 20mm f1.8 with me too, and also the 70 to 200mm. That's I can't. It's so good, so I might put it on a little bit later. So I'm really looking for these, or not really looking, I enjoy when I see these lone trees here, and if you can frame it up, it looks really spooky and just a lot of negative space, and it's pretty nice, not bad. This fog makes it easy to get some good shots. So there is a little old shed there, which I photographed it before on a sunny day, and I've had it in my mind that it would be cool to see if we can frame it up in a foggy day like today. Now, as I said, the sun is coming up, so I'm not sure how much more fog we will get. Maybe if we're lucky, we will have it for a few more hours, but unlucky, then it's gone in a few minutes. Now, lately, and I've been feeling a little bit tired and not as motivated when it comes to photography. I don't know why, I just feel a little bit in a creative rut. I feel a little bit ashamed is maybe a big word, but maybe a little bit ashamed of it, because I have this channel where I teach and talk about photography, and I'm trying to get you guys inspired to go outside and take photos because I love it. But at the moment, I'm not doing it that much. Now, as with everything else in life, there are probably multiple reasons for it. For me, I mean, we recently moved up here to northern Sweden. There's been quite stress around that. The kindergarten that we had the kids in, it wasn't working out, so I had to find something new. And I mean, there's just a lot, and also because I am a full-time content creator, and I'm not gonna whine about that. I mean, I've worked so hard for it and I love it, but there are a lot of things that come with it, the stress of always trying to create content and all that. And also, whenever I go out, I'm always like, okay, I should make a video about it. Instead of just going out to take photos for the sake of the enjoyment of taking photos. Like I used to do that a lot. I don't know about you, but I used to carry a camera with me all the time. I usually always carry a camera, but I had a camera with me just to take photos, and I wasn't gonna post it. I wasn't gonna make a video about it. I was probably not even gonna show anyone. It was just for me, because I like snapping photos, and that is something that I have not been doing a lot lately. Maybe like motivation and inspiration comes and goes, you know, in waves. Do you guys feel like this too? Or am I like alone? I can't be alone. We're like, what, 9 million of us here on the planet? Kind of all the same, you know? By the way, I'm changing angles a lot because I like that when I'm creating videos, else think everything is stale. And I just realized when I'm looking at the screen that everything here looks the same, you know? It doesn't matter if I'm talking to you guys here or here, it's just the same. And this is so pretty. Now, just close here, we have the shed that I was talking about, and I think this situation here is perfect. And then let's go to the forest and try some forest photography, because I mean, this is a kind of day where I'm like, okay, let's go take photos. There it is. Perfect for like Halloween is tomorrow, I think. So this will look spooky and nice. I like it. And one thing I think many of you guys don't really understand is like how hard it can be to go out and take photos like this and also create videos and the content. And I think that is like, can be a little bit overwhelming, and also what triggers me sometimes to go like, I was speaking to Matt Iversen. I'm sure you guys know him. He's like a massive Instagram following and a YouTuber as well. Incredible photo. He does these photo vlogs. And I was asking him about this, like, what do you do? Because when you are filming and creating photos at the same time, like a video like this here, this is though very chill. Usually I do this more storytelling and all that. Now I just wanted to hang out with you. But what I need to do is I need to think about the photo. So the photo is something that has to be good, and that is a special type of mindset in my brain. But then on top of that, I'm simultaneously thinking about the video and the storyline and the shots. So there's a lot of things going on simultaneously. So I feel that when I do that, instead of just coming home with insane photos, then I just come home with mediocre photos and mediocre videos. Because if I were just focused on the video, I could create a sick video. But here I'm splitting my attention in two. And that is a challenge, at least for me. And Mats told me that he just makes sure that he nails the photo, because that is the most important part. And then he can talk about the rest, around that. And I thought it was a little bit inspiring to hear him say that. Now, I usually don't think places like where I'm at exactly right now, this is a place where they cut down all the trees, are pretty. I like it more when there's trees around, but with this fog, we have a really like post-apocalyptic feeling here, which is sick, which brings me to another point. Now, I know that most of you like don't live in Iceland or Norway or one of those places which are considered one of the prettiest places on earth. And I think it's easy to at least get in a thought process which is like, yeah, but there's nothing nice to photograph around me. It's easy for you. You live in Iceland or you live in Norway or whatever. But I just live in a total shithole. Now I get that, but one thing I think many people just fail to see is that there's usually something beautiful, or at least something interesting around them. I mean, it's so easy to get blind on your surroundings because you're there all the time. But I know for a fact, and I can back this up with own experience, that if you just look out and take your camera, you will find some things that look cool, you know? For instance, like I come from Iceland, which is an insane place. So landscape photography for me is something that I've been really much into. And street photography was not something I was thinking about. Then I followed a Swedish woman to Stockholm, Sweden. I'd never been to Stockholm, Sweden before, and ended up living there for 6 years. Now, to be fair, this Swedish woman is a really pretty woman, and she's the mother of my child too. So it was a good trade-off. But when I was there, there was like this so flat. There are no mountains, there are no rivers, and there sure ain't no glaciers in Stockholm, you know. So first year there I was like, what should I photograph? I can't photograph anything, there's no inspiration here. But then I thought like, hey, why don't I just try street photography? And it was something new that inspired me and ignited that spark, because I had not tried it before and it was clunky. I didn't know what to think about, but soon I was learning a whole new skill set. I mean, it's not a whole new skill set, it's still just a camera, but it's a little different way of thinking when you're out in the street or when you're out in the nature. And I enjoyed it so much, and I got a new love for photography, which is maybe something that I'm looking for now. And that's, my friend, why I have decided to make this channel all about macro photography. I'm kidding. We're not diving into macro photography. Maybe trying it out, but that is a whole nother nerd level that we are not going into, me and you. We can leave that to the real nerds. Us micro nerds, we can focus on landscape and stuff, okay? Now, by the way, I have a black mist filter, 1/4 here on the lens. I'm not sure if this is like a total overkill in a weather like this. I mean, I think there's even a mist filter on the ND filter here as well. Now, it could be total overkill because we already have a lot of mist, or we're just getting mist filter and mist combined in some epicness of mist. Not sure. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Am I overkilling it with the mist? Now, one thing I've been up to lately, which excites me incredibly much and is really just filling me with a lot of joy when it comes to this little strange art form of ours of always having a camera in our hand, is that I'm creating a community for us photographers, simply just a place for us to connect, grow and learn from each other, and most importantly, just have fun with one another, you know? I also think that doing things together is always more enjoyable, whether it's when it's going tough. For instance, you don't feeling motivated or whatever, coming to your friends or a group of like-minded people and be like, hey, I'm not feeling it today, and everybody's like, hey, no worries, I didn't feel it yesterday. It's so much better. And also when it's going good, where you can just celebrate your wins or your good photos or your techniques, or you just want to share something. When doing it together, it's so much more fun than when like you're alone all the time. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that's how I feel. The light here is absolutely unbelievable. The mist is like making the sun rays. You can see the sun rays from the trees. Wow. What is this, my friends? The Lord of the Rings? Now, personally, I learn a ton by putting in a lot of reps and pushing myself to do it. For instance, how I got like good at photography was that I made this 1-year challenge on Instagram. So I basically posted one photo a year. Now that meant that I had to constantly be thinking of it. Of course, I'm not taking photos every single day. I go out and I take a bunch of photos and I batch edit them, but my mind needs to be thinking about this at all times, and I didn't miss a single day. Now, my first photo absolutely was just metacore, kind of sucked. And my last photos, they were good because I was learning so much and always improving because I was doing it daily. Matter of fact, I even landed my first ever paid photo job after that year. I've been doing videos for a few years back then, so I've done some video job, but never had anybody paid me for taking still photos. But after 1 year of doing that, I got landed my first job. Now, because I feel that my photography has staled off, I haven't been pushing myself as much to become better as I used to be, then I've decided to do another 1-year challenge starting 1st January next year. However, this time I want to do this a little bit differently. I want to try to do this with you guys, or those of you who are truly interested and committed in this 1-year mania challenge to take our photos together to new heights. Now, this is going to happen within the community that I'm building for us photographers that I call the Darkroom. I'm incredibly excited. I haven't been this excited for something in a long time. I'm also gearing myself up to do this for a year, And yeah, how this is going to be implemented within the space, I'm not totally sure. I'm still building it, but if you're interested and you feel like this is something that you want to do too, or just be a part of the conversation, then in the description there is a waiting list. You can join it. And yeah, that way you will be the first one to know about all the updates and what's happening, and also get early access to this. Now, as I told you guys before, then forest photography for me is something that I really enjoy looking at. I love it when I see some good photos from the forest because it's so pretty, but this is something I'm not used to at all. I have no idea where I'm gonna point my camera. Everything just looks the same. If you know what to do, let me know in the comments down below. But I'm gonna run around here, take photos of what interests me, and yeah. I mean, I think I'm probably going to switch to the 20mm that I'm filming the video and put it here to get some wide perspective. But first, a little bit with the 24-70, and then we take this prime lens and put it on here and see what happens. That looks sketchy. Now, here's where I think like the challenge comes in for me with forest photography. I don't know if you like agree or feel the same, but I've been here now for, I don't know, half an hour or so. Really pretty forest, really pretty. I mean, you see, we have this green moss everywhere, and it's not too tight. It's just so nice. I feel like I've already taken the photo. I mean, you point the camera to the trees, and that's it. I don't know how, when I'm seeing the photographs down in like the dark forests in Germany and stuff, they're so nice. How are they coming up with all of these shots? I guess that's where the practice and the skill comes in, you know? Like, this is just next to my house now, so I'm looking forward to trying this out. But let's put the 20mm on, and I think I'm gonna put it on a tripod even, and then maybe I can subject myself. And yeah, I think we pretty much lost the mist now. So I found a little thing that looks like a little road up to here. I put the camera on a tripod, 20mm on. This is completely experimental. I'm not sure if it's going to look good. I think if I had a 60mm, I would get more because the frame looks like this right now. It's not bad, but let's try it out, okay? So when you're out on a photo mission like this, especially in nature, things don't really always go as planned. Matter of fact, last time I went on a photo mission, it went pretty wrong, like horribly wrong really. If you want to see what happened, then my friend next, you should watch this video right here.